This critical instrument measures 6 distinct ranges of thermal radiation as it appears more than 300 miles beneath Jupiter's clouds. To create a three-dimensional model of Jupiter's atmospheric environment.
For the first time, we're looking inside of Jupiter with the instrument, and what we're seeing is that it doesn't work at all like we had predicted. Almost every model that has the interior motion, the magnetic field, the gravity field, how the deep atmosphere works, it's all different.
Current modeling estimates that the cloud cover is roughly 30 miles thick. Below it, there lies a 13,000-mile layer of swirling hydrogen and helium that changes states from gas to liquid as it nears the center, leading to a 24,000-mile deep sea of metallic hydrogen.
If we could probe and work out the abundance of elements in it, hydrogen, helium, the higher elements as well, and work out roughly what that mix is, it'll tell us something about not only how Jupiter was formed, but how the solar system was.
If there is a bunch of rocky material in the center of Jupiter, it means that in the early solar system, before Jupiter formed, that rocky substances were probably coming together and Jupiter got built around those. It could be that Jupiter was built without any of those and then it just collapsed, sort of like the sun, and there is no rocky material or core of heavy elements in the center.
Strangely, though, gravity data collected so far points to a new possibility. A somewhat larger than previously thought and perhaps partially dissolved core, leaving Jupiter experts with more questions than answers.
We're putting pieces of the puzzle together, and it's exciting, but we don't have the whole picture yet.
Juno's primary mission is scheduled to continue until February 2018. But this past year, NASA saw another of its extraordinary explorers come to the end.
And we are in the atmosphere. 6 officer 92 094, you guys can disregard it. Gained access, please.
Roughly 1 minute from loss of signal.
The culmination of the crash.
I don't simple. Loss of signal is down 1 copy 6.
I got the signal from the spacecraft is gone. Congratulations to you all. This has been an incredible spacecraft, and you're all an incredible team.
She has rewritten the textbooks about Saturn, the rings, the moons, timing. So many things have changed because of Cassini.
From its launch 20 years ago to its bold grand finale, the Cassini-Huygens mission has unveiled some amazing discoveries. Saturn is ablaze with storms of unimaginable force, a place crackled with giant lightning strikes. The rings are even more dazzling than imagined, stretching across hundreds of thousands of miles. They're made of particles of pure water ice, some microscopic, some the size of mountains.
They break apart and then reform, so there's this beautiful cosmic dance going on inside the rings.
Cassini also carried a little lander called Huygens, which became the first probe to land on a moon other than our own. Its target, Titan, because of its atmosphere.
And as those first pictures came back, we just saw more and more haze and fog and haze and haze, until finally the probe broke through that haze, and we got to see the surface of Titan for the first time.
Huygens landed on the surface of what looks like a mud flat. The surface temperature was minus 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and these pebbles were made of methane gas. The nearby lake, a lake of methane.
Then Cassini went into orbit around Titan and revealed with its radar system that there indeed are lakes of liquid natural gas and other molecules on the surface of the Titan. They evaporate just like here on Earth, create clouds of methane which rain back on the surface, creating rivers of liquid natural gas and lakes.
Could there perhaps be some very interesting life in the lakes on Titan?
But there were dry formations here too, including dunes that stretched for miles and miles, reaching 100 meters high and 3,000-meter mountains, suggesting tectonic forces at work here, similar to those on Earth. Next, Cassini headed for a close look at Saturn's tiny moon called Enceladus. Here, on the moon's south pole, strange blue cracks, dubbed tiger stripes, 75 miles long and hundreds of feet deep, resemble fault lines here on Earth. Cassini's thermal sensors picked up heat coming out of the ice ball, 200 degrees warmer than the rest of the planet. Cassini then captured giant jets of water spewing hundreds of miles into space from the tiger stripes, shooting out at 1,200 miles per hour, vaporizing and then freezing. Back on Earth, Cassini's stunned controllers quickly reprogrammed the probe to fly right through the jets, collecting particles. And what they found is even more stunning. Organic molecules with basic building blocks of life.
Enceladus is really special. It's giving us free samples.
Because the geysers are erupting, they could guide the spacecraft very close and look to see if there's water there. There is water. Here on Earth, wherever there's liquid water, whether it's deep in the ocean and very hot, or in rocky places or in ice, there's microbial life. So it certainly suggests microbial life could have evolved on Enceladus because it has all of the properties that the Earth had when life began here.
NASA controllers plotted the probe's deadly descent into Saturn's atmosphere. Productive until the end. Cassini relayed detailed information about the planet's environment. And then she burned like a meteor and vaporized. Scientists will build on Cassini's contributions as the search for extraterrestrial life continues within our solar system and beyond. Perhaps around the star system 39 light years away, known as TRAPPIST-1. The first place found, NASA announced, to have multiple planets. 3 here, circling a single star inside the habitable zone, where liquid water can exist.
With this discovery, we've made a giant accelerated leap forward in the search for habitable worlds and life on other worlds, potentially speaking. The TRAPPIST-1 system has really captured our imagination because with this amazing system, we know that there must be many more potentially life-bearing worlds out there just waiting to be met.
Earth-like in size and temperature, these 3 faraway worlds suggest endless possibilities.
The discovery gives us a hint that finding a second Earth is not just a matter of if, but when. These questions about are we alone are being answered as we speak in this decade and the next decades. So I'm really excited about this.
It's been an astonishing year, for sure. And as our universe reveals more of its secrets, far out in space and closer to home, our foundation of knowledge will continue to grow, promising ever more to come.
Which is great, because to it. So it's in the name, Black Lives Matter. I don't know what percentage of those children
Well, I didn't say that, but yeah.
Okay. I don't know what
percentage of those murder victims were African American? The overwhelming majority. So I'm a little concerned and confused by why you wouldn't have a better answer than there are a lot of reasons. Like, it's a serious question. Why were 343 people murdered in Baltimore this year? Have you thought about why?
Absolutely, but I don't understand what one argument has to do with the other. There are a number of reasons why there were murders of black lives, and all black lives, all lives do in fact matter. And so whether they're taken by the hands of the police or criminals, I think people who really care about the community want to address both of those. It doesn't have to be
Hey Google, play Fan 590.
Streaming Sportsnet 590 The Fan from TuneIn.
On to a semi, and DeMar DeRozan explains 52 points. I'm Callum Ing with this Sportsnet Central update. At the World Juniors, Canada will play the Czechs in a Thursday semifinal. The Canadians beat Switzerland 8-2 today. The Swedes will play either Russia or the USA in the other semi. Happening now, the Americans lead Russia 2-1 after 20 minutes. Well, Kyle Lowry knew his buddy DeMar DeRozan was near a record night on Monday. DeRozan had a franchise-best 52 points against the Bucks, but DeRozan was on Primetime Sports and said he was just focused.
I had no clue. I was just honestly trying to win the game. I had no clue. I just wanted to win the game, and after the fact, as soon as the buzzer went off, I seen Kyle run and go get the ball, and and he told me he was aware the whole time of the record. So it was cool to have teammates to be aware of the record when you're not thinking about it.
And the Raptors begin a 3-game road trip tomorrow in Chicago. United by Sport, you're listening to Toronto Sports Radio, Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
2017 is almost over, but you can still get a great deal on a 2018 Ford F-150, the most capable F-150 ever. Make light of heavy situations with best-in-class towing and payload. Right now, get it for 0% APR purchase financing for 72 months on select new models. Plus, your first 3 months payments are covered up to $1,500. Whatever the challenge, bring it in the 2018 F-150. Visit your local Ford store or findyourford.ca.
Have you been seriously injured in an accident? Do you know your rights?
Hi, I'm Wendy Sokoloff. We have all the answers. If the insurance company has denied your benefits, your income, your disability entitlement, or won't pay what you deserve, call us. I've been doing accident cases for almost 29 years, and that's all our firm does. We'll go to the net hard for you.
Don't put it off. Call Sokoloff.
416-966-HURT or visit areyouhurt.ca.
We are summer.
It's coming soon. North America's largest indoor boat show presented by the Toronto Star. Over 500 exhibitors and 200 seminars. More new products unveiled than anywhere in Canada. The best place to see boats is the best place to buy them. Life is so much better with a boat. The Toronto International Boat Show, January 12 to 21 at the Enercare Center. We are summer.
The Toronto Boat Show.
Visit TorontoBoatShow.com.
Don't miss your chance to take advantage of Boxing Week at Acura. Hurry into your local Acura dealer to enjoy up to a $6,500 cash rebate on select remaining 2017 models. Step up to NSX-inspired super handling all-wheel drive at the Acura MDX. Lease rates start from just 0.9% for 24 months. Plus get $3,000 in holiday credits. Offers end January 2nd. Visit AcuraGTA.ca or your local Acura dealer. Acura. Precision, crafted performance.
Every year, Ontario's nuclear generating stations safely and reliably produce more than half of our electricity. It's available 24/7 and helps to avoid millions of tons of greenhouse gases and smog-causing emissions. Ontario's nuclear fleet is the province's most effective and lowest cost means of tackling climate change. Learn more about better energy choices at pwu.ca, the Power Workers Union. The people who help keep the lights on.
The mighty Maple Leaf continues to grow. This is Toronto Maple Leafs hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Leafs Radio Network.
Anderson having some difficulties back of the goal, and they score! Frederick Anderson took too much time. He was back of the net, he had the puck, but when trouble arrived, it quickly dislodged it from him, and he had no chance getting back in front, and Paquette has opened the scoring. It's 1-0.
Joe Bowen with the call. That was Cedric Paquette's first goal of the season. It was the first goal of the game for the Tampa Bay Lightning. They added one in a little bit unusual fashion later on. They lead 2-0 over the Toronto Maple Leafs after 2 periods of play. Gord Stellick, Todd Alushko at the second intermission. Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. A pretty entertaining game by and large, Todd. The Leafs, though, haven't been able to crack the scoring yet. And then it was, as Joe described it, Freddie Anderson, who's not a bad puck handler, but wasn't a particularly adept one in that situation.
Yeah, you know, it's tough. This has been a really good game, but
that's what happens in these games. I mean, it's a game of mistakes, and Freddie Anderson, unfortunately, a little bit of miscommunication, I think, with Borgman. Borgman kind of put the brakes on and let Freddie Anderson play it, and Chris Kunitz was able to jump right on it, knock the puck off of Freddie's stick, and as Freddie tried to scramble back in front of the net, Kunitz was able to find Paquette in front of the net for an open net. So a tough one. And then the second goal, again, just kind of a bad break, a harmless shot that goes on net. A little bit of sustained pressure during that shift, albeit, but the puck kind of squeaks in behind Freddie, and it looks like it's a great save. The puck actually crosses the line, and his skate blade knocks it back out in front. And Tampa Bay's there to try to whack it. And Roman Polak, I just said to you, I go, man, he saved the goal. That was great. Then all of a sudden the buzzer goes, and the league obviously saw something, and it crossed the line, and unfortunately they reviewed it, and it was a goal, 2-0. So not like just a little bit of bad luck on both sides, on both those goals. But yeah, Toronto's got to generate something. I mean, Mitch Marner had a ton of chances in that period, and just he couldn't solve Vasilevsky.
Yeah, I think Freddie Anderson's probably had bigger saves. The Leafs, I thought, have created some offense, but again, shooting wide or just not finishing, not closing the deal, passing when they shoot, whatever it may be. But they've been pretty entertaining. I mean, it's two teams that can really skate.
Oh, they both can. And Toronto has given up 3 power play opportunities to Tampa Bay, and they've done a good job of killing those off. But Toronto also got hosed there on the one call. Komarov gets called in a slashing penalty on Kucherov, and if you see the slow motion afterwards, Komarov just puts his stick on top in front of the Kucherov shot. He flexes on it and snaps his own stick, and Kucherov gets his DNA. There's evidence there where the ref thinks he slashed him, which he didn't. That was a tough call.
Yeah, the stick breaks. It seems the hand almost goes up automatically in a lot of cases. The Leafs did kill that particular penalty off, but 2-0. The Tampa Bay Lightning lead the Toronto Maple Leafs after 2 periods of play. Active night in the NHL. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard when we come back and set you up for period number 3. Tampa Bay Lightning 2, Toronto Maple Leafs 0. Gord Stellick, Todd Alushko at the second intermission. Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on Sportsnet 590, The Fan, and the Leafs Radio Network.
Are you into metal? The Sheet Metal Workers of Ontario are recruiting now for qualified sheet metal workers, registered apprentices, and sheeter deckers. Apply today at sheetmetaljobs.ca for your opportunity to work with the best employers across Ontario and earn top wages, benefits, and pension. Visit sheetmetaljobs.ca to advance your career and solidify your future in the sheet metal industry. Sheetmetaljobs.ca. Best employers, best tradespeople.
Insurance companies aren't fooled by television actors pretending to be tough lawyers or law firms that claim to be the best only to sell your case to others. At Bergmanis Pereira, we built our reputation among peers and in the courtroom where it matters. We offer compassionate and dignified legal representation of accident victims. Our experienced lawyers will handle your case personally and see that you get the compensation you deserve. And our no-fee guarantee means that you don't pay until your case is settled. Bergmanis Pereira Personal Injury Lawyers. Time-tested, trial-proven. Visit us at bplawyers.ca.
Refurbishing Ontario's safe and reliable nuclear reactors and building new ones to meet future demand is Ontario's best option for tackling climate change and generating economic prosperity. Nuclear generation is our lowest cost, low carbon energy option. It's made right here and sustains tens of thousands of good Ontario jobs. Learn more about better energy choices at pwu.ca. The Power Workers Union. The people who help keep the lights on.
There's no insurance plan for a trip to the penalty box.
2 minutes, I'm sticking!
Thankfully for your small business, there's the Chambers Plan, with guaranteed benefits and extended health and dental coverage with premiums that are averaged across 30,000 businesses to keep them low and predictable. The Chambers Plan can help build and customize a program that's right for you and your budget. That's why they're the choice of more small businesses than any other plan in Canada. The Chambers Plan. Big benefits for small business. Get a free quote at chamberplan.ca.
Hey, Mom.
Yes, Susie?
Is Subaru real?
Oh, why do you ask?
Bradley said Subaru is just made up. He said that there's no way a car can have standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and a boxer engine.
Oh, honey, that's just what Bradley believes. What about you? What do you believe?
What do I believe?
Yeah.
I believe in Subaru.
Believe
even a Subaru at your local Ontario dealer with a $500 holiday bonus. Subaru, confidence in motion.
Today, I'm finally going to do it.
Little changes can change your life.
This winter, I'm finally taking control.
Healthy Planet can help you live healthy all winter. Fight off cold and flu with immune boosters and supplements. Explore natural products for arthritis and joint pain.
I'm ready for anything and everything.
Healthy Planet has the biggest selection and staff nutritionists to guide you through the changes you want to make.
Thanks, Healthy Planet.
Thanks, Healthy Planet.
15 locations in the GTA and growing. Live life healthy at healthyplanetcanada.com.
Going all out for the Go Leafs Go. Go Leafs Go. Go Leafs Go. This is Toronto Maple Leafs hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Leafs Radio Network.
Laid back into neutral ice. Gourde with it again. Turns at the blue line. Drops it off on the left wing now for Sergachev. Sergachev back in the center defense. Stop, rebound. Saved by Roman Polak's stick.
After video review, it was determined at 3:06 Tampa Bay scored a goal.
Well, that was Joe Bowen with the call. Then about a minute or so later, the official call. Gord Stellick, Todd Alushko, welcome you back. Second intermission, Molson Canadian Leafs hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Leafs Radio Network. 2-0 the Tampa Bay Lightning over the Toronto Maple Leafs. You don't see that often, do we, Todd? That play carries on, and then the buzzer, because they want to stop play. They don't, because Leafs actually almost scored.
Yeah, Nylander
back the other way, and that wouldn't have counted. The War Room has a right. They start checking goals on their own very closely, even though play carries on, and that's what they did. So the right call was made, unfortunately, for the Maple Leafs.
I think that's how the system shows you how it works. It was a goal. It didn't take a lot of time. They had it all figured out, and they buzzed it. So, unfortunately for them, and Killorn gets credit for that goal. A little bit of a tough break, and going into the third period, it's going to be a little bit difficult. The one thing you'll say about Toronto Maple Leafs, they've done a really good job of keeping Stamkos off the game sheet, Nemesnikov and Kucherov. So they haven't got anything tonight, but the depth of Tampa Bay has done the damage tonight.
Well, Matt Brown now very active out-of-town scoreboard night. Matt, what's going on?
Yeah, 11 games on the out-of-town scoreboard tonight, which, of course, is brought to you by Jiffy. Take the horror out of home maintenance. Tap
Jiffy.
Oh, Todd, you did it. Way to go. The first one, Bruins, 2-1. Right now, they lead the Islanders in Brooklyn tonight. 5 minutes into the third period, Boston winners of 7 of their last 10 games. They're ahead of the Maple Leafs in the standings. Patrice Bergeron's 12th of the season has them out in front on the Islanders. If the Islanders don't win this one, they could fall out of a playoff position. But the Hurricanes, the team chasing them, just 1 point back. They're down 3-2 at home against the Capitals. Dmitry Orlov's 5th of the season has Washington out in front. Carolina, that one's 5 minutes into the third period as well. Penguins up big on the Flyers, 4-1. Third period just getting underway. Phil Kessel with his 17th of the season on the power play. Sharks up 2-0 in Montreal. Joe Thornton's 8th of the season. And Mark-Edward Vlasic's 4th has them out in front. That one's with about 5 minutes left in the second period. St. Louis at home against New Jersey, and the Blues up 1-0 after 20 minutes. Vladimir Tarasenko's 17th goal of the season, the only one in that game. Wild at home to the Panthers, and Minnesota up 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. The hometown guy, Matt Cullen, with his 3rd of the season. Blue Jackets and Stars goalless with about 6 minutes left in the first period in Dallas. Jets and Avalanche getting underway momentarily in about a half an hour. The Kings are in Edmonton at 10 p.m. on all the Sportsnet channels. Ducks are in Vancouver. Ryan Kessler, of course, back in Vancouver. And the Predators and Golden Knights, 2 of the best teams in the Western Conference, go at 10 o'clock from Vegas.
Thanks very much, Matt Brown with the out-of-town scoreboard. Of course, right after the game, we'll be on with Leafs Nation postgame, talk about this game, and also talk about all the out-of-town games. And the next 20 minutes, Todd will determine what we talk about. It's, like I said, entertaining 40 minutes, but right now it's nice to be entertaining and win, or right now for the Maple Leafs, unless they get a couple of goals, entertaining, and they lose.
Well, it's been a good game either way you look at it, but Toronto doesn't want to start their homestand with a loss, and in order for them to come out and try to get back into this game, they got to keep their feet moving. No refs say they're going to even things up, but it is 3 penalties to 1. I think Toronto keeps their feet moving, get an opportunity in the power play. You've got to make it count. So getting one early in the third period is imperative for the Toronto Maple Leafs to get back in this game. but you can't pass up shooting opportunities. You got to direct pucks on net, and you have to get secondary scoring opportunities if they're going to beat Vasilevsky tonight.
Well, we'll turn it over to Joe Bowen and Jim Ralph for the play-by-play of period number 3. And right after the game, we'll be back with you with, of course, Leafs Nation post-game. You'll hear from Mike Babcock and all the principals involved in tonight's game. 2-0. The Tampa Bay Lightning lead the Toronto Maple Leafs after 2 periods of play. Gord Stellick, Todd Alushko at the second intermission. You're listening to Molson Canadian Leafs Hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Leafs Radio Network.
Hello, Alpine Credits.
Hi, don't call me Aldo. I'm Mr. Pie to you.
Is that your own laugh track?
Hey, look, I need a home equity loan, so don't treat me like an annoying pepper.
An annoying pepper?
Yeah, and get jalapeno face.
Okay, do you own your home?
Of course I own it. I also have the heart of a lion. I really should get that back to the zoo.
You're approved, Mr. Pine.
Alpine Credits. Home equity loan since 1969. Homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
I'm Brian from 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Neither rain, nor sleet, nor gloom of night will keep us from hauling away your junk. How about a flood? Not even that. Tornado? Nope. Blizzard? Nope. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. What are you trying to say? When you've got junk that needs to disappear, all you have to do is point. Don't worry about how or if we can get there. We can. And we will. I love working with these guys. We can usually be there within 90 minutes. Till midnight, 7 days a week. 1-800-GOT-JUNK. 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Clothes, shoes, sheets, curtains, and other fabric items don't belong in the City of Toronto's Blue Bin Recycling Program. These items can get tangled in sorting machines, damaging equipment, and cause workplace injuries at the recycling facility. If your items are in good condition, please donate them. Toronto.ca/reuse it lists over 40 organizations looking for donations. Items that can't be donated go into the garbage. Please recycle right.
In a house filled with questions, one man searches for an answer. He asked everyone. He looked everywhere. But he never could find who he was looking for. This fall, in a home near you, someone you know stars in finding a good handyman.
Take the drama out of home maintenance. Use Jiffy, the app that connects you to top-rated home professionals in minutes. Jiffy, tap for home maintenance.
Never-ending, end-to-end coverage. This is Toronto Maple Leafs hockey on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Leafs Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Air Canada Centre for the third period as the Leafs face an uphill climb. Trailing 2-0, and the Lightning are 18-1-1 when leading after 2 periods this season. And that's what gets you into first place and in the President's Trophy conversation.
Yeah, leading 20 times into the third period helps. But
Leafs
to me,
113-1, and you mentioned that before.
To me, though, this is one of those games where the Leafs have been solid. You go back to the Chicago game early in the year, even though they were down 2 in the third period, you felt, get one, get some momentum. They were playing well enough. And I think when you look at this game, the 2 best scoring chances in the second period were both off the stick of Mitch Marner.
Yep. Played on the left wing side for Gardner, who was able to punch it down into the Tampa Bay end. The puck is turned over for Nylander, drops it back for Gardner, steps around one, gets the pass into the slot, and a quick shot by Matthews. Is gloved by Vasilevsky. I don't think he got great wood on this, but that quick release of Austin Matthews was still right there.
Now, I'm trying to go back through memory as to whether it was his first goal ever at the Air Canada Centre. I believe it was Austin Matthews at the World Cup of Hockey last year. Hedman and Stralman were on the ice for Team Sweden when Matthews scored. Of course, both Stralman and Hedman played together here with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I mean, what a great story Anton Stralman is, though. I mean, there's, you wait, you're patient. He kind of bounces around a little bit, and then all of a sudden finds his
Well, the Rangers go his stint in New York. Looks like this face-off is going to come outside the Tampa Bay line. But New York was Toronto and Columbus?
Yeah.
And then becoming a Ranger was really where he started to become an everyday top 4 or 5 guy.
Icing call coming here as Carrick is able to get back ahead of Tyler Johnson, and the first 30 seconds of this third period has started off at a bit of a snail's pace.
Well, this Tyler Johnson, a 12-game stretch. Now, he was injured during this 12-game stretch, missed one game. But Tyler Johnson's point totals in those last 12 games, 8 goals, 18 points. So you can talk about the number one line.
Yeah.
But it's been the Braden points, the Tyler Johnsons that have put up the outstanding numbers as the second line.
Carrick sends a shot in wide of the net. The puck at the side of the goal is gobbled up there by Palat, and out come the Lightning with a pass ahead for Tyler Johnson. And that was out reach and another icing.
Guys like Yanni Gord, 11 goals, 25 points coming into this game. I mean, they've really found a wonderful balance. And as we've said, Steve Yzerman, you knew there was the problem with Jonathan Drouin from a couple of years ago when he was sent down. He didn't report. And he makes the deal for Sergachev as if they weren't deep enough in defense already.
No. And Sergachev has been excellent. 8 goals, 17 assists, 25 points.
5 game winners. 5.
Slipped into the corner. Leo Komarov couldn't get it away from Hedman. Now it is played into the corner to Komarov. Back to the point it comes to Morgan Riley. Has to settle it with his glove. And it's onto the stick of Hedman now, and the Lightning captain gets it to center ice. Drop pass, sent into the corner. Killorn plays it to the side of the Leaf goal. And there was Hainsey having some difficulties with it, but he has found Leo Komarov at center. Left wing feed for Kadri. Kadri in with a shot, and it's easily deflected into the corner by Vasilevsky. Puck along the boards in the Tampa Bay zone, 2-0 in favor of the Lightning. Goals from Paquette and Killorn. I couldn't agree more. Now back of the net. Played out at center ice and poked in over the line. Here's Stamkos in, trying to go wide. Punched around back of the net. And it is grabbed off now by Van Riemsdyk on the left wing side. And a long lead pass for Bozak. It has gone astray, but it is Marner who has stolen it now to keep the play alive. No icing here, and the Leafs have it back to the blue line, but a bad pass by Van Riemsdyk is cut off. Kucherov in over the line. Tries to send it to the net, blocked it into the corner by Anderson. Stamkos is onto the puck, and he plays it back on the near boards and out into center. No, it does now. It does come to center ice. Van Riemsdyk shoots it in. He's going to head to the bench. Lightning with a 2-0 lead, and the Leafs can't afford to gamble too much here to try and get back into this game, because the Lightning will counterattack and just kill you. That bounced over the stick of Vasilevsky, but unlike the goal against Anderson, the Leafs didn't take advantage of it. Played down into the Toronto zone. Frederic Gauthier turns out of his own end. Here's Gauthier to center. Gauthier to the line. Right wing side, Matt Martin. Tipped into the corner. Big Gauthier goes into the corner and knocks it around to the near wing. Cleared into the slot. Gauthier settles, got the shot away, but didn't get much on it. And Vasilevsky has no trouble.
Hey, Freddie Gauthier hasn't hurt himself, has he, in this game? And for a guy that sometimes you're concerned about his skating, as we just saw right there, look pretty comfortable legging the puck out of the Leaf zone into the Tampa Bay end of the ice.
And like Roman Polak, broken leg with the Marlies in the playoffs last year, long road back. But last year, when Frederic Gauthier was in the lineup, the Leafs had a very healthy winning record.
He was 2 for 2 in the face-off circle coming into the third period.
And he's here for penalty killing and fourth line duty. Nylander's waved out. Matthews moves into the circle to the right of Vasilevsky. And Matthews wins the draw. Gardner with a shot that is blocked. And it is pushed out into the center ice area then by Johnson. Leafs are able to play it back out into neutral ice. And Matthews turns with a pass to Gardner. Gardner gets it ahead for Hyman. Hyman trying to find a loose man, and he does. Matthews in on the right side. Couldn't get a shot away. Matthews plays it back to the point. Connor Carrick, middle of the ice, the pass in front. Rolled just wide of the point of the post, rather, off of Nylander's stick. Great play there by Connor Carrick. He gets it again. Sends it to the net. That's off the mark wide. Gardner down the boards, and it's cleared high to center ice.
I think that if that gone in, it may have been reviewed because the Leafs were very close to going offside in the left wing boards.
Carrick drops for Gardner. Drops for Van Riemsdyk. On to Marner. Marner to center. Had it knocked off his stick. And the Leafs go back now with Boardman with it in his own zone. Polak up ahead. Bozak to the line and in. Marner's going hard to the front of the net. And the Lightning have stripped the puck from Bozak and start back the other way. In over the line now for Conacher. In on goal and a shot. Smothered there by Anderson. And a face-off coming in the Toronto end.
That's on goal now, 27-21. We're getting a look at that. It was sort of a half pass, wasn't it, to Nylander? It went off his skate. And then just rolled slowly past the left pad of Vasilevsky and just wide of the far post.
Face-off coming to the right, to the left of Frederik Andersen. Stamkos leaning in, and the draw is scrummed. And the puck is corralled and brought to center ice now by Patrick Marleau. Marleau trying to go wide on the defense. Strawman takes it down into the corner. It bounces to the blue line. Kadri tried to keep it in, and now he has it freed up. Trying to play it in front for Marleau. And it was picked off by the Lightning and played to center ice. Stamkos just shoots it in. Around the boards it goes from Hainsey. And down the ice it's going to go for an icing.
I just feel the Leafs are close. Their thing seems to be a split second off. Probably illustrated best by Mitch Marner's two dashes towards the Tampa Bay goal in the second period.
Absolutely.
There's a play where Connor Brown, a little change-up shot off the wing that went off the right pad of Vasilevsky and just past Freddie Gauthier. They've had their opportunities, and you think maybe you get one, and all of a sudden the confidence grows a little bit in this game, but they have skated with the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Face-off is controlled by the Leafs. Riley at the side of the goal. Plays it off the boards to center. Marleau trying to tip it down into the zone. Cleared out at center then by Leo Komarov, and it is rifled right back in by Tampa Bay. Swung around on the boards for Komarov. Didn't get it. At the point now for Coburn. Coburn with a wrist shot in traffic, and it's kicked into the corner by Anderson. Gauthier is there to play it out at center ice. Right back into the Toronto end it comes. And turning with it is Hainsey. On to Gauthier. Frederik Gauthier to the line and in. Slides down into the corner, was knocked off stride. Palat with the puck. Onto the near side for Dotchin, and out at center ice is play. And the Lightning are not doing anything spectacular.